On your phone?
Oh, I got it. Okay. Yep, I see it. I see Amy. Yes.
Okay. We have 5 people. We are getting it together. Um, so yes, for hey ladies, how are you doing? Hi Amy, what's going on?
Great, great.
Mark is here. Okay, so it's working. All right. So thank you guys for coming. Of course, no one knew that this was going to happen because we just figured it out. But this, as you know, is Dimples on Demand, and we have a journey with T here, and we are going to try something different. Let me first start off by saying Jazz, Driving with Jazz went live yesterday, and I was a guest on her live, and I decided to bring this idea over to this channel. I told her I was going to do it, and we're trying something new. So last week, it was a week ago,
Roughly.
like a week ago, T and I were talking about, because we have a lot of things happen to us in the gig world. So we were trying to figure out, like, I have questions, has questions. When she has a video, I write dissertations underneath her videos. I'm like, we could probably talk about some topics. So we came up with this idea to have a show called Gig Talk. And this is the first episode. So bear with us because I don't know what I'm doing. We are struggling here. We're working through it, but we're going to figure it out. So thank you guys for coming to watch this video. It's 17 of you guys here. We would appreciate if you give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, this episode, we're going to talk about, is it our intro to the gig world, or?
That's perfect. How did we get started with gig life?
Okay. So I want you to introduce yourself before we move forward.
Hi you guys. I am a Journey with T here on YouTube. I don't really know what to say right now. You just want me to get started and answer the question, or
talk about your channel. Talk about your channel a little bit.
Well, my channel, it started off as a journey into me getting out of debt. That's where I started. I talked about budgeting money. I told you guys how much debt I was in, which was a lot. And then I started doing money challenges because I found out about those on YouTube. So I started to kind of intertwine everything. And then I decided to just start doing videos about gig work. So my channel is a little bit of everything. I usually get a lot of comments of people who say, I love your channel because I never know what I'm going to get next. So I don't want to say it's like an anything goes channel, but I try to build it around gig work, money, budgeting, things like that.
Okay, great. So before we get into, should I say what my channel is about? I don't need to, right? I'm Dimples on Demand, and just like T, I started the channel to, why did I start the channel? I started the channel to focus on finances, and I think at that time I was already out of debt. And then my journey to purchasing a home. And then it kind of transitioned into what it is now, which is me talking about the gig economy and how I navigate through it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So every week I film a video just showing you guys how much money I make, and I take you along. So that's where we are.
All right.
Before we start, let me just read through the comments really quickly. So we have Amy here. She said, hey, ladies, how are you doing? Mark said, hello. Akai said, hi. Barridge says, how's Instacart? No, I said that wrong. I hate pronouncing names wrong. Help me with this name, T.
I'm going to just say Ahmad.
Thank you. Said, how's Instacart? Instacart is going good. Amirio said, oh my God, my favorite gig work is together in the same video. Bless. Love you guys. Thank you. Regina said, hi. Amy said, this is fantastic. I love both of your videos. How are you feeling, T? Amy wants to know.
I am okay. I'm better. I'll say that. I am better. I am going to elaborate in a separate video, but I am better than what I was. I'll just say that for now. Thanks for asking.
Good, good, good. Melissa said, hello, friends. Oh, it comes up on the screen. Hello, friend.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't it? T-Star said, just finished my first Instacart cart order. Y'all ladies are great.
Aw.
Well, Blue is here. Single mom is here.
Hey.
Diane, Ray, Robin, and Mark said, this is dope. I'm here to learn. Okay, cool. All right. So what was the question that we were going to start with? How did we get into the gig economy?
Yeah. You want to go first? Me first?
Mm-hmm. You can go. You can go.
Okay, with me, I really don't know how I stumbled on to the gig platform at all. All I know is a couple years ago, I want to say this was either 2018, it had to be 2018. As I said on my channel, I met a guy and he had all this money, but I was just in debt. We were talking about money and I was drowning in debt, credit card debt to be exact. And he really motivated me to want to get out of debt because one thing about me, side gig, I don't know.
I had to put this there. Side gig, we did not forget about you. We did not, I promise you. So I'm like, let me put this up there before side gig gets upset, but we did not forget about you. Trust me.
Of course not. Of course not. So I'm drowning in debt, credit card debt, and I just really felt motivated to get out of it. And so I have an airline job. I had a different one when I met him, and it was very stressful. But I said, you know what? It's almost like, he lit a fire underneath me to really want to get out here and make some extra money. And so initially I started working extra hours at the airport. I would stay 4 to 5 hours after my shift. I was already working 8 hours a day. Sometimes I would come in early, but it was too much because my job, it's physically demanding. It's not hard, but it's a lot when you're doing physical work and the company is short staffed. So I said, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Before you continue, you shared on your channel how much debt you had. Do you want to share that here or no?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I had about just credit card debt, about $20,000 in credit card debt.
Okay.
I had 18 credit cards.
Whoa.
And most of them were maxed out, most of them. So $20,000 in credit card debt. The other debt, things like I had pawned something for a friend who was paying it back, vehicle loans for other people. So yeah, but total $40,231.
Whoa. Oh, you remember that number, right?
I will never forget.
Okay.
And so my next step, I don't know if I was on YouTube, Google. I want to say I probably typed in like a flexible part-time job or flexible jobs, something along those lines. And DoorDash came up. I went to YouTube to look at DoorDash videos to see what people thought about it. And I said, okay, I'm going to sign up. So DoorDash was the very first platform that I have ever done when it comes to the gig society.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's it. Right.
Okay. And how long? You said 2018,
roughly.
18.
Yeah.
Okay. So my story, I started gigging in 2015.
Wow.
And at that time I was still in school and I was in debt as well. I think I had about, I want to say 9 credit cards. I had a lease, an auto lease. I don't think I had a personal loan. I had student loans. I had the loans that everybody had, right? Yeah. So I think most people are familiar with Dave Ramsey, and I was introduced to him maybe like 2013 or 14, and I got out of credit card debt, and I was like, oh, I'm good. I could, live life normally. And then I went right back into credit card debt because I
Yep.
did not fully, I didn't follow the plan. And I found myself right back into it. So at that time, I did everything. I bought his book. I took the financial peace classes. I had a detailed budget in Excel. I had one on paper. And he was like, if you don't have any money, the best place to go is to work. So I'm like, well, I already have a job, but it wasn't enough, especially with all the bills.
Yes.
So he was like, oh, you can deliver pizzas and make an extra $1,200 a month. I was like, oh, I can deliver pizzas. And I remember signing up for Pizza Hut and they did not hire me. Like, dang, how could I not get hired? So at that time, I was living in Brooklyn and DoorDash, no, not DoorDash, Grubhub, was new to New York City. So I found them on like a Craigslist post and I applied, I got hired, and it's nothing like it is now, but you had to go to the office in Manhattan. Like, it was really fancy. And my first week, I want to say I made either $500 or $600. And I was just like, it was so easy. Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, that's what just kicked it off for me. So I slowly paid off credit card debt. I put myself through school. I didn't take out any additional school loans. And we fast forward now to 2020. And being in the gig world has helped me become debt free. It helped me, I said this yesterday, but it helped me get the down payment for my home. Anything that I want to do, the gig world is taking me there. So I do work a full-time job. The income from my full-time job pays my regular bills. And the gig income allows me to go on vacation. And if there's something that I want to buy, I buy it. You know what I mean? So it definitely has opened many, many doors for me. So I'm grateful for it. And look, I'm on YouTube because of this, like who would have ever thought that this is where I would be? So yeah. It's crazy. Sorry. So do you want to read some of the comments? I see a comment from Melissa. Let's put it up. Can you see it?
I do. Yeah. It says,
go ahead.
Read it? Oh. It says, Dimples came through to help me in the middle of an order and helped me with a problem I had no idea how to fix. Thank you, ma'am.
So shout out to Melissa. She did have an issue earlier this week. And right away, she connected with me on Instagram, which if you guys are not following me on Instagram, please head on over there. It's Dimples on Demand. And I was able to video chat with her and we got her through the issue. So that was cool. Saga came back and said, thank you, just playing with you. We have Diane. Diane has a question for us. Do you keep all gig money in separate accounts?
I do not. Any income that I have, it all goes into the same account.
For me, I have 3 bank accounts and the gig money, all gig income goes into my main bank account, but then I have my income from DoorDash goes into a separate account. So, and that's not really, I don't even know why I have it like that, but for the most part, all of my gig income goes into my main account and then I'll disperse it as I need to.
Yep.
Mark commented on your credit cards. Listen, it's easy to get into credit card debt.
This is why I have 18 credit cards, because I know so many people want to know what was the reason. So I played this game in college, literally to see how many credit cards I could get approved for. Mm-hmm. That is the only reason why I have so many credit cards, because, with me, I've always been the kind of person where I was never really challenged in school. Mm-hmm. School wasn't boring, but I catch on real quick to everything. So my freshman year, they recommended that you take 4 classes. I had 5 or 6. And I'm like, okay, I still got too much time on my hands. And so this is how I got into that. This is kind of, just follow me. Y'all know how I get. So I had this roommate, right? she was a sophomore, I'm a freshman, and she was getting packages in the mail like every day. I don't know if it was her money. I don't know if her family was sending her packages, but she always got packages. So I'm a freshman and I'm like, okay, every time I check the mail, I don't have anything. I just got mail, you know? So I started to order things. I started to order things that sometimes I needed, sometimes I didn't. But it was really gratifying to get something in the mail that was just not mail. You know, it felt good to get a package, like, oh, I got a package. And so that's how I kind of got into that, because I wanted to get packages. So I would apply for a credit card, get approved. Then I went to school in Chicago, downtown. And I don't know if you've been, but there are stores up and down the street. Our dorm rooms were centered in the middle of downtown, the heart of downtown Chicago. So I'm up the street from Forever 21, Ashley Stewart, you name it, that store had a credit card. So I said, oh, I'm shopping here. They offer me to apply for it. So yeah, why not? And that's just how it started and ended. So in college, I had 18 credit cards. I closed them all once I paid them off. When I graduated, came back home, I bought a house. And the first thing I did, I said, okay, let me see if I'll get approved at Home Depot. Got approved.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst.
Then I had to go to Lowe's.
Mm-mm.
Oh, let me see if I get approved. Okay, so now I have credit with both. And then other things started happening, and I ended up back at 18 credit cards.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I am in Home Depot at least once a week, sometimes more. And they ask me every time, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. Like, I already know it's a slippery slope,
Yes.
you know, so, you know. Jazzy says, hey, Dimples. Hey, Jazzy. We have Tracy here. Mark said, amazing. Saigic said, I keep my gig money in a separate account. Oh, we have Jeffrey here. Hey, Jeffrey. He said, this live is better than Netflix. So let's see. We have other questions. Or do you guys want to ask us questions? Oh, we have Jazz. Hey, Driving with Jazz. Listen, she inspired this because before yesterday, I knew nothing about this. So shout out to Jazz. Single mom unguided said exactly how I got into credit card debt. It is so fulfilling to go to the store and say no to the store credit cards. And those are the cards that will get you. Those store cards have the highest interest rate.
And I didn't care.
Amy said I started DoorDash to support my shoe addiction. See? All the skeletons are coming out of the closet now. Yeah, so let's go down. I think we wanted to cover 2 topics today. Do you have your list up? So we did that first question. Do you want to do the second one, or are we going in order or just random?
Hey, this is your show. I'm just on it.
Okay, let's do number 5. Would you quit your full-time or traditional job to only do gig work? Why or why not? So I'm going to answer. A lot of people want to work for themselves, and I 100% support that. I think that personally, I am not there. I have a full-time job. I've worked at the same institution for going on 13 years. It's just where I am right now. And personally, I like knowing that I'm going to get paid when I'm supposed to get paid. I like knowing that I have a pension. I have really good benefits. And I don't know, I'm just very comfortable with my full-time job. If I'm sick, I know I'm still going to get paid. I have sick days, I have vacation days. So I'm very much comfortable with that structure of working a W-2. Personally, I do not see myself quitting at my current level right now in the gig world. I don't see myself quitting my full-time job. I just don't. I wouldn't discourage anyone from doing that, but I'm not really encouraging you to quit. Like I'm not there. So if people want to quit their job, don't ask me because I'm gonna be like, well, you could do what you want to do, but personally, I would not. And that's just because of where I am in life right now.
With me, okay, so I do not have a full-time job at the moment. I am what's considered to be less than part-time. For those of you who don't know, I work in the airline industry and I'm what they call ready reserve. So I'm a little less than part-time. Now, I have no desire to leave that job because it grants me a lot of travel benefits and perks that I really enjoy. Now, if I didn't have that job, I'm sort of like you where I like that security blanket, but at the same time, I don't like full-time work. I don't like it at all. To have to be somewhere for 40 hours a week, it's too much for me. It's monotony. It's the same thing every single day, and I can't do it. But I would never. If anything, I would try to maybe be part-time somewhere and then do gig work the rest of the time, which is pretty much what I'm doing right now. Like, I don't even go to my primary job right now. I just give away my days and I do gig work. I like flexibility. I like to experience something different every day. I need a new experience every day because I just cannot do the same thing every day. So I would never do it. And I think that's really it I got to say about that.
Okay. Don't forget, guys, you can call in if you would like to join this chat. Yes, so you can join in if you want to comment on any of these questions that we have floating around here. But yeah,
did you see?
Wait, let's go through it because I'm missing this stuff.
Side gig said Dimples has topics in an Excel spreadsheet.
Trying to play me, huh? Side gig, huh? That's what's happening. I love an Excel document. Diane said, I'm paying off credit. Oh, we have somebody calling in. Hold on. Let me just read this last one. Diane said, I'm paying off credit card debt. I have $2,700 to pay off. That is like almost at the finish line, Diane. Shout out to you. You are almost there. And you're going to feel so good when it's paid off. Trust me. Trust me, you are. Okay, we have someone calling in. Hi.
Hello. My name's Lavinia.
Hi.
Girl, I've been struggling. It's hard. It's like the Instacart. We have these people stealing the high demand ones. You know what I'm talking about.
The bots?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. You have that. So I try to get up at 7 a.m. to at least get the first one, get a good $40 or $50 one. And then like she said, you need some type of a job. So I'm doing home health aid from 12 to 6. So in the morning, I try to do 2 Instacarts and then maybe some Uber Eat afterwards. But I'm burning out 7 days a week.
Where are you located?
DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. I'm in Bowie, Maryland.
Oh my God! I was gonna move there once upon a time in my life. I was like, I'm gonna live there. Yeah,
it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money here. I was doing Amazon Flex, just got deactivated over some nonsense.
Oh, tell us about that.
Okay, you go to the station. They don't have the packages ready, so you sit in your car and you waiting a good 45, 50 minutes past the time. So it's a 3-hour block. Now I've lost an hour. Now I have 48 packages. Now I have to drive 30 minutes away from there to get to my first stop. Then it's dark. Now I can't see no house number. Now I have to return some of the packages. Now I'm fired.
Wow.
So I'm going to send something to escalations and I'm going to protest it. And if I have to file some paperwork on them, I will. Enough is enough. You have me in the rain scanning packages. We can't even come inside the warehouse. So my phone is messing up. Your app is messed up. I'm already an hour behind. How do I supposed to deliver 48 packages, go up people's stairs, get in their apartment buildings late at night, practice social distance? Amazon is really, they don't care about us at all.
Right.
You're sitting there and the package is never ready. And the Instacart, I love Instacart. Instacart is really nice, but some of the tips are just not right.
So I can tell you, I used to work in the fulfillment center on 42nd Street in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And it is like slave work, honestly. It is a hard job. You're on your feet in this huge warehouse picking items, and they're timing you, they're watching you. You can't even like use the bathroom good enough before they're like, where are you? So I lasted 3 months at that job. I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I cannot do this. So I understand what you're saying, not necessarily from your standpoint, but I understand what you're saying with Amazon for sure.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm thinking about doing something totally different. I'm 47 years old. I used to work for Homeland Security until I got a divorce. Burned out with that. Started being a dog groomer. I'm a lot of things. I'm a dog groomer too. Did that to March. And I just didn't want to do that anymore. So what I'm thinking about doing is getting my CDL license and going on the road. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and then get my own trucking business. If you go to YouTube, look up someone like, her name is Sunshine. She's really good. I mean, she goes all into the trucking. It's a lot of money in it. You only need 1 year of good experience and you could get any job in the area or whatever you want to do. I don't want to work for someone. I just want to do my own thing. So I feel trucking, I'm in my truck, you giving me this run, I'm going out here, I'm doing it, I'm going to another one. I'm on my own. I think it's another option that I think a lot of women should look into, trucking.
I think it sounds good, actually. Yeah. For sure. If you get a nice team going, dish batch the orders, for sure, you could definitely do it. Go for it.
Yeah, I think so, because I just feel like Uber Eats, I do that too. And I was doing it in the Baltimore area. I don't know if you know Baltimore, Maryland.
I've been there.
It's a poor area, but you delivering to people, you giving them good service, and then they lying and saying they didn't get their food.
Yep.
When I was
and then you get deactivated from that. I fought that. I was able to get back on that, but I couldn't even believe it. I went out of my way for these people. You know, it was shootings. It was 10 guys at the corner. I still took it to their door. I still gave them top service. And this what I get? Lies? It really hurt. And then Uber knows what's going on and they blame us. I have pictures. You have a GPS. You tracking me. Why would I lose $200 for a $5 sandwich?
Right.
Get out of here. I'm sorry.
I know it. I went through it in Brooklyn. I remember delivering to a customer. We had a full-fledged conversation.
Yes.
And everything. And then the next day it was like, oh, you didn't deliver the food. I'm like, how could she say I didn't deliver the food? Like, they don't care. They don't care. So I
want to ask you a question. Do you have a full-time job? I really don't know your history because I just started watching you a little bit. But do you have another job? Because every time I see you, you're on the road.
I have a full-time job. I do. So I work in healthcare administration in a hospital, and I've been in the institution for almost 13 years, but in this current role for 3 years.
Okay. What about you, sweetie? What about you?
I do not do full-time work. I'm a little bit less than part-time, but I work in the airline industry.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should have something solid and then add on. Yeah. If you depend on this too much, it will stress you out. And that's when I decided to do the home health aid. I had no experience. And I'm surprised they put me with these people, but I'm having such a lovely time with these senior citizens. I'm going to their home. I'm helping them. They just love me because they say they're not being treated right at these nursing homes. So the family was able to get them out, get them in their own home. And I'm cooking dinners for them. I'm helping them. I feel like I'm giving back.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. I
That's
love it.
because then you get your own private cases, and if you get a nice private case, you'll do really well.
Well, this family right here I have right now, I mean, they do so much for me, you know. And it's good to talk to older people. She's like 86 years old, and you hear their stories, and it gives you hope. It gives you hope. They talk about struggles and overcoming things and sticking in there and pushing forward in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's helping me. And she said I could do anything I set my mind to. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna hit the reset button in my life again. And you know about the reset button. Do you know about it?
I sure do. I sure do. Trust me, I've seen some dark days. A lot of you guys wouldn't believe it if I told you. I've had dark days. But you reset, you started.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just hit it again and I'm gonna push forward. So I love y'all.
Thank you. Keep us updated on the trucking business. I'm excited for you, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm ready. I'm ready for a change. I want to see the world. I want to see something besides where I'm at. I'm 47 years old. I haven't done a lot of traveling. I haven't been anywhere. I want to be somewhere before I leave this world. I just don't want to be working only in this area. But if I can work and make money and see the world, interesting. You know what that, you work for that. So you know what we're talking about.
The world is a beautiful place. I'm telling you. It's a lot.
And I haven't seen it, sweetie. My child has seen more of the world than I have. Wow. He's been to Amsterdam, England, Canada, and his mama ain't been nowhere.
Wow.
Ain't been nowhere. It's you only get one life.
That's it.
You get one life, and you don't know how you're gonna leave this world. And taking care of the senior citizens, it make me realize that you don't know what type of quality of life you will have. So while you able to live it to the fullest,
and be your best self,
always and forever. Put you first, and everything else will fall into place.
Yes, and be nice. I think being nice makes a difference. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes being nice, people think they're taking advantage, but as long as I do it from my heart, I'm not worried about you.
Right.
I'm not worried about you. I'm gonna just be me. I ain't worried about you. You could take it, you can receive it, but as long as I give it, that's all that matters.
That's
nice. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. So happy you called in. Is anybody gonna call? Thank you. We appreciate it. That was so nice. Let me put the link again. If y'all want to call, here's the link. Let me see what comments. There's so many more comments.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Andrea Hines.
Okay, I would tell you that I'm so happy to see you both here. I love working my side gig hustles because, like Dimples, they allow me the extra. Dimples, you are my gig life worker inspiration. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you got the next one?
Robin says, so far, I guess I have paid for a cruise, hardwood floor in my house, and provided savings.
Nice. Shout out, Robin. Shout out. Mark said it depends on the market. Definitely. Let me touch base on that. I never want people to watch my videos and like, oh, she can make $1,000. I'm making that 1,000 in my market. Every market is different. I think you definitely have to find out what works for you. Where it might not be Grubhub, Instacart, whatever. It could be painting, right? But you can make $500. So whatever you can do in your market that's gonna make you money, go for it. For sure. Here's Jazz. Read that one.
She said, girl, she is me. I need a new experience every day. She a Leo or a fire sign.
What is your sign?
I'm a Capricorn, so I don't know which one that makes me. Is that Earth? I think it's Earth, but I don't know.
You know, I only know about my own sign. I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly.
And I'm a Leo. Me and Jack have the same birthday. Mark said he went to Bowie State University. Regina said, oh my. Oh, Mimi. Adventures of Mimi Marie said, I worked Amazon and I quit because they did not treat their employees right. It's so rough. Amazon, it's not easy to work there. Regina said, was that seasonal work at Amazon? It was a part-time gig where you make your own schedule, but you had to do at least 20 hours, I think in 2 months or something like that. But it was a part-time job and they paid, I want to say $21 or $21.50 or something like that was the pay per hour. Here's Mark. I heard a lot of good things about the trucking life, especially local.
Yes, and there's a lot of women that do it.
I don't know that I could drive a big truck. You think you could do it?
I'm terrified. Never, but there are women that really do it and they do make some good money.
Yeah. I'm afraid, you know what, my driving skills, I'm a New York driver, right? So I can zip through traffic, squeeze into a parking space. I don't know, parallel park. But when it comes to like snow and ice, well, let's say ice, I get nervous when the anti-lock brakes kick in. So I don't know that I could drive a truck. We're just going to be spinning down the highway. Tracy said you have to take a picture for each delivery. So someone told me about an app called Timestamp, and I have been using that app for every single order that I deliver. Not so much that I need to here where I am in Jersey, but when I was in Brooklyn, I wish I knew about this app before because people do lie. They do say they never got their goods. But if you guys, I don't remember who told me, and I'm so sorry that I don't remember, but the app is called Timestamp, and it will show you the date, the time in hours, minutes, seconds. It will give you the customer's address, city, and zip code right there, like in the corner. So definitely worth downloading. All right, you can read the next one.
Wait a minute.
It's from Tracy.
Oh, somebody says Grubhub pays better.
I agree. I agree. Out of all the food gigs that I've done, the best paying one is Caviar. But Caviar is not in every market, but they were paying really good. The second best is Grubhub for sure. And Grubhub is more well-known. Not as big as Uber Eats, but they do pay more. Okay. Regina said you need base pay and gig is extra. It's easy to get burnt out with gig work. Sure is. And you know what? Like, why do you think it's easy to get burnt out?
You know what? Honestly, okay. Because I don't fully agree, but I agree. For me, when I was doing Shipt, I didn't easily get burnt out because the money was just coming. It was just there. So I'm like, if I got to be out here all day from morning till night, I'm out here getting this easy money because it was easier a couple months ago because they were just dishing out all this money and it wasn't as many shoppers. Now, it's easy to get burned out when you're dealing with the same type of customer. And what I mean by that, I have a couple of videos on my channel where I dealt with unresponsive customers back to back to back in the same day. And it's just like, you know what? I need to take a break because it's mentally exhausting. But it wasn't always like that. But dealing with unresponsiveness, substitutions, that can be draining. But other than that, it's not so bad to me.
Right. So with me, you guys know I experience the burnout. So I've had this conversation with my therapist and let me talk about the house. So here I move into this new house and I want everything to be perfect, right? But she made it clear to me, she said, it will never be perfect. It's never going to get that way. And you're going to keep wanting to do more and more and more. And you're not going to reach this high, right? So with the gig world, the money's great. It's great, but then you are tired. And at one point I was like, my eyes are getting affected because I'm staring at the screen, like refreshing on ship, like is something coming up, like, or I got obsessed, and it's never going to be enough, no matter what. The money could be great. The money will be, to me, the money will be great if you apply yourself, but it can take a toll quickly. Trust me, it could turn that corner quick when I'm just like, what am I doing? You know? So, and I don't have kids, but I'm like, how are parents doing this? Like, taking care of little humans and working and all of this. So you have to take your breaks for sure.
Yeah.
Lou said, this is nice. We have a comment from Jazz. Wait, did it disappear? Wait, did I miss it? Oh, I think I went too far. Read it out loud while I find it.
Yes, Lavinia, YOLO.
Oh, got it.
You got it.
Okay. Mark said agreed. You want to read what Diane said?
Diane said, on those dark days at your lowest point, you can only go up. Stay strong. That's true.
Right. I have a testimony. Trust me. She is correct. Lou says, buy your ticket, girl. Mark said multi-app, ASF. What does that mean? I think I know. Is it bad? Let's not say it. Lou said, yes, say it again. Jonelle said, ladies, you are an inspiration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Melissa, I'm in San Valley area outside of Phoenix, and the market is definitely a little harder some days. Honestly, too, like, I feel like my market is the same. So you guys only see the big orders that I take, but there's some really crappy orders where I live. Like, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I post a lot of them that are so low, so unrealistic that I'm like, why would anybody do this? But people take them. People take them. So, and you said you're in the Ship Lounge, or what is your Facebook that you follow?
I want to say it's like Ship Shoppers of, I forget. I think Ship Shoppers United, I believe. It's so many. They have some like dedicated to your own state, Ship Shoppers nationwide. Just type in Ship Shopper groups and join one.
And people vent there about their crappy orders.
A lot.
You read this one.
Hello, when will someone see more batches from Instacart? I've only been doing it for 18 days now. Good luck, because in my area in Michigan, I mean, I maybe see 1 to 2 orders like every hour. It's not good here.
Really?
I kid you not.
What?
Yeah.
Dang. I would say you have, I don't even know if I should even comment. Like, I always see orders, always. But if you learn when the orders are going to drop, I think that helps. Like, I know for a fact, ShopRite, which is a supermarket here, their orders drop at like 7:54. I know that every morning. Prior to the holiday, Costco was dropping every day at 10 o'clock. Now that it's the holiday, Costco is dropping at 7. At the height of the pandemic, they were dropping at 6. Like, I feel like knowing when those orders are going to appear help. So I don't know, maybe if you can learn that, maybe that will help. I don't know, but that's just what I do. But then you're saying that no matter the time, they're just not there. Did she leave me? T left. She is gone. Hopefully she'll come back soon. Lou said timestamp is awesome. Side Gig said timestamp is a great app. I send those pics to the customer. It's like a warning not to mess with me. I agree. I send it no matter what. We could be talking to each other and I'm sending it to them right then and there. Diane says, I'm in Iowa, smaller market. I work Instacart on weekends. My goal is 200 a weekend. I think that's a good goal for sure. I remember when I first started, my goal was $100 extra just for the month. And I was like, oh, if I can make this, I'll be great. So 200 is definitely good. Here you go. Did you just jump ship?
No, I couldn't hear, so I had to leave and come back.
Oh. There are so many comments. Okay. Lou said Grubhub, thumbs up. Tiga, hey girl. She said, oh, I made it. Y'all look good. Thank you. Thank you. Mark, you can read Mark's question.
Lyft is the best. If you focus in the ride challenges and only drive during the bonuses, don't focus on tips. Focus on the bonuses and challenges.
So we are going to talk about tips. We are definitely going to talk about those tips because this is a subject that comes up quite often. So let's catch up with the rest of the comments, then we'll get into tips.
All right.
Single Mom Unguided said, taking this week off was what I needed from doing side gigs. Good. You need to rest, enjoy spending time with your family, get a pedicure, whatever it is that makes you happy. Frankly, I have been watching Breaking Bad, so that's my relaxation time. Denise said, is it Denise? Yeah. Denise said, I like this live. Denise from Virginia. Hey.
Hey, welcome.
Jesus says, maybe they take the crappy orders out of necessity or not knowing better. I wouldn't disagree with you. Some people don't know that there's better out there, or if that's all that they're seeing. Honestly, like if I knew that I had to make this money, pay a specific bill, or else, I will take the crappy orders until those who know better do better, right? So until I could, if I knew better, I would do better. So some people just don't know. So I can see it. Mario said my area has been pretty low with shipped orders as well. You know, I don't even talk about ship like that here because it's not worth it. It's like night and day from when I was in Brooklyn. All right, you could get this one.
Which timestamp app do you recommend? Oh, wait.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay, I am thinking of doing DoorDash and Grubhub. Any advice on the two? Well, my advice for DoorDash is to only work during the promotional period, which is typically in my area, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sometimes after 9 p.m. And then you also have a time period between midnight and 4:30 in the morning. And that's because they offer an extra $4, $2, whatever it is. But to me, it's only beneficial to work during those times. And what I've learned from other YouTubers is to at least try to get paid $1.25 per mile. But I'm at the point where I want $2 per mile. So it's the more that I learn from other people, that's what I adapt and apply to my own situation. But I'm at a point, if I'm not getting $2 per mile, I will not take it.
Solid advice. I don't really rock with DoorDash like that, so I don't have any advice, to be honest. I don't want to say that I hate DoorDash because I don't. I like DoorDash. Right after Grubhub came to New York, DoorDash was right behind them, and that was my second gig app that I did. But I don't know. I'm not their biggest fan, but I don't hate them either. As far as Grubhub, just take the orders are generally good to me. And now that I have to pay with this pay card that they sent me, because in Brooklyn I didn't have it, but here I do, I noticed that those pay card orders, I'm getting $35 just to do those orders to go down the block. So if your area has that pay card, take those orders and just take what makes sense. Don't drive from here to another state to deliver anybody food. That doesn't make sense. But sign up for both of them and see which one you like best. You have to test it out. Like T said, test out the different times. You just got to see, work during the promotion for sure. Jonelle said, which timestamp app do you recommend? Let me look it up and you can read the next question.
Okay. Sabrina Armstrong says, sounds good. Thanks, ladies. Melissa said, I take those small orders, sometimes no tip, and I give them my best work and they'll tip in cash. And it's nice, but some don't tip at all. I just keep going and those orders add up eventually. And it also gives me the practice and knowledge I need for those big orders. Okay. We're going to talk about tips a little later.
Okay, so the app is called Timestamp Cam. I have an iPhone, so I can only tell you what it is. It should be the same on Android, but it's called Timestamp Camera.
Yep.
And I don't know if this makes sense to put it up. You guys can't see it, but that's it. Timestamp Camera. Oh, Melissa has a second follow-up.
Oh, yeah, I read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Diane said, thinking of signing up for Uber Eats. Are the orders seriously $2.50? Is it worth it? I'm a single mom too. Lately, I have been seeing those $2.50, $3 orders, and I don't know why, because it wasn't like that before. So I think that's something new, and I don't know how to explain it, but usually they're not $2.50, they're not $3. Even if it's like $5, $6, $7, $8, if it's down the block, it's easy. I would say sign up for Uber Eats because I think Uber Eats is old faithful. Like I've said this so many times, but Uber Eats is 24 hours. That app is 24 hours. It's in every state. You could sign on, sign off whenever you want. There's no blocks, there's no scheduling. You work or you don't work. So personally, I like Uber Eats. When I was looking for a house in Jersey, to cross the bridge, I said this is $19, and I would make sure wherever I was looking for a house, I would sign on, number one, to see if I could get orders in that area, and number two, to pay for the toll that I just spent coming there. And every single time I was able to get an order. So for sure, Uber Eats is, I don't know. I think it's worth it. We have a super chat from Jesus. Wait, am I skipping? You know I'm bad at this. Hold on. Oh, so far down. Okay, let's get through these questions. You can read this one.
Is it Aki? Aki W. I've just started Roadie. It seems to be about the same money as Instacart, but better because it's delivery only. I don't know.
What area are you in? I want to know because over here it's not paying. So let us know what area you're in. Now I was saying to Aki or Kai to let us know what area, because Roadie, it ain't paying like that. But I know some areas people really make good money.
Yeah.
Tracy said do. I don't know where that comment came from. Okay, you got side gig.
Side gig said, Denise, do both. See what is best in your area or multi-app both at the same time.
Listen, sign up for all apps. No loyalty. One app is not your boyfriend or girlfriend. You can cheat on these apps with the other apps. Sign up for all of them and play them, and you know what I mean, make it work for you.
Yeah.
Tracy said, this is for UT. Everything she is saying about how to work DoorDash is true.
Thank you.
Diane said, what is the pay card? Is that a debit card? So it's like it's like a credit card, or it's a debit card, whatever. It's a card that they put funds on to pay for the customer's order. So you would see it in the app and it indicates you have to pay for this order. And you'll place the order either on the phone or in person and just pay for it when you get there. And DoorDash has a card too.
Yep, same thing.
Okay.
Pretty much the same. Dania. What is the pay card for Grubhub? The card they send you.
Mm-hmm. And it just depends on your area. Not all areas have a pay card, because when I was in Brooklyn, I didn't have that pay card.
Really?
It's not till I came here that I needed it. Sabrina,
Yep.
what other gig jobs should I add? I'm only doing Instacart now. Any suggestions?
I got the same question, so whatever y'all say in the comments.
Seeing is how I do them all. Uber Eats. I don't know. Uber Eats is, like I said, it's old faithful. Definitely add Uber to your arsenal, Grubhub to the arsenal, add them all. But if you want to prioritize, since you already do Instacart, I would say Chip is probably the next one you should try to get into. That's my advice.
I would also say too, I don't like to give recommendations, because when I started gig work, I literally did my research on YouTube to see if something was a good fit. Like when I heard about Shipt and then I heard about Instacart, I was like, okay, I'm watching all of the videos where people did a comparison between Instacart and Shipt. And from all of the videos I watched about both, I said, I don't even want to touch Instacart. Let me just go with Shipt. So I would say start there, listen to the recommendations, but also do some kind of research, because I feel like I signed up for apps that I'm just never gonna do, so.
Oh, I want to know what those apps are.
I will say the merchandising app, because it's too much for me. Like I don't see anything that interests me. Like when you did your video, I'm like, oh, I could do that. That's easy, but I don't get those kind of offers. So I'm like, all right, why did I sign up for this? Instacart, I ended up signing up for it anyway because I saw how much money people were making.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm just like, I don't like its interface. I don't like the actual app. It's not user friendly to me. And plus, it's not profitable in my area. So, yeah, I feel like I just gave them my information for no reason.
Okay. Diane said, I took a $9 order tonight to reach my $200 goal. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Diane.
Yeah.
Okay, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for the super chat. Sorry it took so long to get to you, but I see you. I appreciate it. Jesus says, how much would you consider a fair tip for a $120 grocery order? I want to be fair to the driver.
I really don't have an answer for that. I feel like it depends on what you ordered. Like if you ordered 120 packs of Kool-Aid, I think it just depends on what you actually order and how far you live from the store.
I agree. Like Costco, to me, I feel like Costco is where the devil hangs out. Like that's where he has his parties. Costco can stress you out at any given time, any day. It's always crowded. I don't know what's in there that brings people in there. And because it's bulk items, Costco, BJ, Sam's Club, whatever people have in their area, to me, if I want somebody to do my shopping, just to step foot in a store like Costco, I feel like I'm tipping them at least $20. Okay. Now you're going to order 15 cases of water. You have to tip that person according to what they order. I personally cannot see me asking someone to bring these heavy, bulky items and not tipping them fairly. But like you said, I mean, if it's a McDonald's order, some fries and a cheeseburger, and you're not far, $5, I don't know. It just depends. It depends on the distance and what's in the order.
Yeah, and where you live at, because I wouldn't dare tip $5 for that. And that's just because the cost of living, everything here is so cheap. But out there in Brooklyn and Jersey, that's like almost tipping $2 here. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
What would you give a McDonald's order? What would you tip?
If I just order burger and fries, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to say it on live. I'll text you.
I feel like the minimum tip, because I live somewhere different. The minimum tip is $5.
Wow.
If I go into a restaurant, my minimum tip is $10. And this is me. I don't even order much. I can order, like when IHOP had their free pancakes or whatever, I will order pancakes and a water, and I'm giving you at least $10 or $15.
Wow.
Because they don't
Yeah,
get paid much. They make like what? $4 an hour. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know.
yeah, it's different here. I think because you guys' taxes are like y'all sales taxes what, like 9-10% or more?
Sales tax in Jersey, I think is 6%. In Brooklyn, it was
Oh,
almost 9. In Jersey,
yeah.
it's like
See,
6.6 something.
that's surprising because I thought it would have been the same. But it's the average tip here for stuff like that is like $2 or $3, honestly. So that's why I'm like, you talking about $5 for like fine. Nobody would ever do that here.
Let me come over there. I'm gonna be like, oh, they're like, oh, she got money.
Exactly. That's what I'm like.
Jonelle said, thank you. You're welcome. Aki, please tell us how you pronounce this. Said, I'm in Louisiana for roadie. Oh, this was a roadie question. Well, that's good that they're paying really well with roadie in that area.
Yeah.
Okay, you got the next one.
Dania Banks. I like Grubhub, Uber Eats, Instacart when I can grab a good order. I just got email from Ship stating I'm off the wait list. I can't wait after being on the list for 5 months.
What?
Thanks for pronouncing my name right. That was the next one under
5 months. Whoa, that's a long waiting list. How long did I wait for Ship?
Mine was quick, about a week and a half.
I think mine was like a few weeks. I don't remember.
Yeah, I applied in March, and that was in the middle of everything, and they needed people. So
yeah, I think mine was, I can't even remember at this point. Maybe 2 weeks.
wow.
Sabrina said I'm in Brooklyn. I think that's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing my research. Denise said, thanks for the advice. Mark Davis says, it goes offer amount, item amount, then distance. Peep the heavy order joint. I look for that heavy. I'm always searching to see how many cases of water is on an order because I'm just not I'm not doing it. I'm not. But yes, I think that's good. Huh?
I was reading Side Geek's comment. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. Go ahead.
Side Geek said, I wouldn't even deliver T's order for that. Sorry.
Dang.
What?
You tipping $2? Come on.
That's what I see. It's so cheap. Like, that's just how it is here. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. But it's like I feel like you have to tip based on the geographical area. Like, that's just how it is. Like, let's say how you can go out of the country, maybe Mexico or somewhere, and how $10 in American money is like probably $100 over there. And of course, I don't know for real, but it's just one of those things where you would probably tip them like $1, but to them, that might be a high tip. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but
I tip exactly the same. No matter where I go, I tip the same tip. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, I think it's just because of where you live at. I feel like if you actually lived here, you would understand. Not saying that you don't understand, but if you actually lived here, it would be like, oh, that makes sense. Like, that's just how it is here. That's just how it is. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed, like, if I go to New York or Chicago, I have to tip more. It's almost like paying for a meal twice when I go out of state because the sales tax is higher, the cost of living is higher. So it's like we almost tip accordingly. Like, that's the best way I could put it.
Oh, yeah. I see. Sabrina said,
Go ahead.
You ain't never getting your food. You're gonna be hungry. Sabrina said, I'm only seeing about $3 tips on the batches here in Brooklyn for Instacart. No, Sabrina, listen. The ShopRite orders drop at 7:54 and the Costco started dropping at 7. Look out for those orders. You could do single mom.
Girl, I'm up here trying to figure. Okay, is that where she said the 20%?
Yes.
Okay, I tip 20%, and if the service is not good, I decrease the amount. If service is not good because food was bad, my meal is always comped, so I tip meal amount to waitress. Okay.
So I have to tell you, even if the service is bad, I still tip good.
Girl,
I still tip good.
Story for that, but I'm gonna hold on to it. Diane said, when is payday for Uber Eats, DoorDash? Instacart is on Wednesday. DoorDash, I want to say they send it on Monday and you get it on Tuesday.
DoorDash, I get on I think DoorDash is my bank pulls my direct deposit a day early. So for DoorDash is a separate account. That's my side account. So that I think is Tuesday. Ooh, Grubhub is Wednesday. Uber Eats is Tuesday. For me, Shipped is Thursday, but I know for everybody else it's Friday. Yeah. Instacart is Wednesday. This is why I like working on the gigs, because I feel like I get paid every day. Every day. I feel like I'm getting money every day. Amy said,
thank you, Amy.
Common here. What?
Thank you, Amy. She gets it. Thank you, Amy. I owe you a gift.
Well, Side Gigs is he's in Chicago.
And that makes sense. I have a friend. I went to college in Chicago and my homegirl came to Detroit. Let me tell you something. We went out to eat. We went to get our nails done. Everywhere we went, she tipped $30. And these people looking like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm like, girl, do you know what you just did? Like, these people think you're like a millionaire. Like, I'm telling you, that does not happen here.
Oh, I got a pedicure the other day. I tipped $20.
Girl. Listen, they're gonna be at your hands and feet like anything.
I know, and I sit there like this. They give the best service. I don't know. Akai said, T, where do you live? What you're saying makes sense. That's how it is here as well. He lives in Mississippi. Well, I don't know. Akai, I don't know he or she, but Akai lives in Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm in Michigan. I'm in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan to be exact.
Okay, next one.
Wait, and I just want to throw out there, when I said the $2 or $3 tip, we were specifically talking about a burger and fries. Okay? Let's clarify that. I don't want y'all to think I tipped $2 and $3 and I'm going to like Outback. We were talking about McDonald's, fries, and a burger. Okay.
All right. Okay. What? Maria said, it's frustrating. I delivered 3 large Christmas trees, $135 a piece. Did not get a tip at all, and they lived in a wealthy area. Was this shipped or Instacart?
I want to know. Yeah, what platform?
Like, if it's Instacart, I would never take the order, ever. Because you can see the tip up front. But shame on them. Uber Eats is Tuesday, says single mom. Sabrina said, we are in a position where we provide a service for people, and that means we expect a decent tip. Don't forget that we are in the same pandemic, so tip well wherever you go.
You missed one before that.
I did? Oh, yeah. Amiriel. Miriam said, haha, I'm with Dimples on this one. I still tip well because I know how it feels to be on the receiving end. I would tip well even if the service is bad, and I will comment on the service. I'll be like, is everything okay today? Because I noticed that blah, blah, blah. I've done that. And I'm like, whatever it is you're going through, it's okay. Like, I don't know. I don't take it personal. You
I'm
know,
gonna tell you my story once we get to these comments.
the comments are never going to stop. So I read Sabrina's comment. What do you feel about her comment?
I agree, but I think people are missing the fact that we were talking about a burger and fries.
I think she's in general, like people that are not tipping in general.
Oh yeah, I think in general you should tip well. I'm not gonna say no matter what, but I do think that you should tip when it's appropriate.
No matter what. You don't think no matter what?
I'm gonna tell you this story. Okay, let me just tell the story. This was at Fridays, okay? The restaurant Fridays. It was me, my homegirl, and this guy. We all worked together. So we go to Fridays and we're sitting. We were not at the bar, but we were like around the bar. You know, that other area around the bar. So we order appetizers, 3 appetizers, okay? We get our food, we eat it. Then she brings our food, the actual entrees, 3 different plates. She never cleared off the 3 plates that we have for appetizers. Okay, cool, whatever. So we stacking plates, moving things around because the table is already small. So we eat our entree. And kid you not, we probably waited 35 minutes trying to see when she's going to come back. We want to get dessert. And we still have not gotten refills on water. We've drank everything. We didn't get any napkins with our food. So once we're done eating the entrees, we order dessert. We stacking up the entree plates because she ain't came and got nothing yet. So we get dessert. We eat our dessert. And we like, well, dang, she ain't been back in a minute. We having a good time. We were literally sitting 45 minutes waiting for her to come back with a bill. She never came and brought the bill. She never came and cleared the table at any point in our service. We never got more water. And it's not like the establishment was busy. It was like, it was like almost about to be busy, but it wasn't even busy. And so we just looking like, okay, how are we going to get this bill? So what we ended up doing, the guy who was with us, he just put the money on the table for everything that we ate, and that was it. So it was just an awful experience, and I'm just like, we shouldn't leave nothing, but let's just go ahead and pay for the food. So I mean, in a situation like that where there's no water, the table is full, you still leave a tip?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Something is off. Honestly, something is off. Why she's like this. She would not continue to have a job if this was her service all the time. She would have been fired a long time ago, right? This is just how I think. Something happened why she didn't give you the service that she should have, even though it wasn't busy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know. To me, I'm like, she could have gotten a call from, I don't know, a hospital saying this family member. I don't know. But I think in my heart, something is off, because if this girl, young woman, gave that service all the time, she would not have a job. So I would still tip her because I feel like she just was having a bad day. I don't know.
I'll say this. I get that now. Like, that makes sense. But where I come from, we not having none of that. Like, in my
so
city,
why did you say something to her?
We not like that. We are kind of people, the city I'm from, if we go out to eat, we be like, oh no, she ain't get no tip. Like, that's just as a people. If we feel like we not getting something, like they never came back to do this, they never came and did that, it's always a mutual understanding amongst us at the table. Like, no, we gonna give her this what she gonna get. I've always been around people like that, family, friends. I feel like that's like some kind of ritual here in the state of Michigan. It's like a mutual consensus. Like, if you get bad service, they either don't get a tip or they get a small tip. I've been out with people where we would leave a note on the table, like, tip, next time do X, Y,
oh,
Z.
no.
That is what happened. Look, that's what happens here. I kid you not. I kid you not. I
I
kid you
would
not.
just have a conversation. For example, you already know I'm doing Instacart or Shipped, whatever. We have to interact with sales associates or team members on the floor, whatever you want to, whatever the title is. I have noticed that some of them are just nasty, like straight up nasty. And I want to say last week, there's this guy, he's always nasty. So I went up to him, I said, I want to know what the problem is because every time I come in here, I recognize that you are not nice to me. And I want to know, is this something that I did to you? And he was like, what? What are you talking about? I said, every day that I come in here, you are not nice. And I want to just address it to move forward because really I'm just like, hey guys, good morning. Not like I'm overdoing it, but that's just my personality.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. Like, I don't want to make it sound like I am a pushover or anything, but
Right.
I am generally a nice person. So for him to just give me attitude every single time, I needed to know what the issue was. And I brought that to his attention. And I tell you every day now, hey, what's up? How you doing? So I don't know. I would bring it up. I would say something. Because a lot of people, you don't know what you're doing wrong until somebody points it out to you. So I wouldn't leave a note saying next time. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
Now, granted, this was like, I ain't gonna say high school, probably right out of college. The people I hung around, that's what we would do. And it's like, we don't, not saying that we shouldn't, but I just feel like in this city, ain't no talking, ain't no conversation. We're not asking you. It's like this unspoken rule where your tip is reflected in your service, and everybody here knows that. So it's like maybe in New York, y'all be like, all right, what's the problem? You good? Like, we don't do that here. I just feel like it's really based on where you're from, how you grew up. That's just how it is here. Now I'm at a point where it's like, all right, I'm gonna still give you something, but no, we don't do that here.
Dang.
Yeah. But I feel you though.
Yeah. And I think definitely working in the service industry or in this role, I recognize the importance. And this is why I'm always going to keep, because now I know more than ever, like, it is important. So,
yeah.
Hmm.
Good question, Sabrina.
All right.
Yeah.
Thea said Vegas is not well paid on any of the gigs. No, it's not. Who lives in Vegas? Is there a YouTuber you watch from Vegas?
Mm-mm.
Not one that I could think. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it's different for other areas.
Yeah.
Okay, Billy, you could get Billy. Read it.
I'm sorry. I was reading further down. Billy said, my thing is, if you are tipping $2, that is why no one is taking your order. People should know if you have the money to spend for these apps, you should at least be tipping $5 at the most.
That's for you, $2 burger and fry girl. Oh, here's a comment from Single Mom for you. I was born and raised in Detroit. It's common what T is saying. I give my family the side eye because I moved around the military because she's in the military. I guess that's why I tip different.
Thank you. I'm trying to tell you, it's not just me.
Wow. Oh my God. I went to Aruba in the summer and I went on a excursion tour, whatever. It was just like you sit in the bus and they take you around, sightsee, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I tipped that man $40. No, it was $60. I tipped him $60. I just felt like that was a good tip. I don't know. Maybe I need to switch it up because I don't know. You could read this one.
Is that Maria? This
Yeah.
was sparked through Walmart. I don't know what that's about.
Did you sign up for that? Is it called Spark?
It is yeah. I feel like
I signed up as well, but I've never heard back from them.
Ain't got no email, no pamphlet,
Me
nothing.
neither. Me neither. So I can't even comment, Maria, because I never heard back.
Sorry.
Adventures of Mimi said, "You have a good heart." Maybe I'm a sucker. Maybe I'm. Single mom said, "T, my family tips horrible in fancy restaurants and then have the nerve to say, don't take us back to this expensive restaurant again."
It's funny because I know exactly what she means.
Jazzy B said, "I always tip minimum of $5. T, take notes. Tip is going, let me tip. Tiger said Dimples is going to leave a tip and be their therapist too. Tiger got joked, but yeah, sometimes it's like underlining problems. I try not to take anything to heart. I don't know. Single mom laughed. That's side gig. And Lou said maybe your server was new.
Could be. I never thought about that, but that was so many years ago. But I can't do nothing now about it.
Right. You guys, just a reminder, don't forget to like this video because I think we're having a good time. And let me leave the link again if you guys want to call in, because we only had one person to call in. And I would love to talk to you guys. Where am I?
Sabrina.
Oh, Sabrina said you leave a tip because that's how they make their money. T. They get paid. What is the minimum wage? Is it $4.50?
Not here. Out here,
it?
it's like, I want to say at that time it was maybe $1.75 per hour, and I think now it might be $2.50. But here, don't none of that matter. Like, I don't want y'all to think that this is just how I am now. I'm referring to the past. Okay, I'm talking about the past.
$1 something they were getting paid per hour?
At restaurants, yes. At restaurants. So back then, that's just how it was. It was just like, okay, we know y'all working for tips. So make sure you, and it's not like we're looking for above and beyond. It was just like, make sure I get some water. And if I ask you for some extra ranch, can you bring it so I can eat the rest of my food? But we're not looking for above and beyond. We're looking for the basics. And sometimes we don't get it. But I'm talking about the past, y'all.
Lou said, I'm going to tip something. Yeah, you got it. Jazz is dying. She is cracking up. And here you go, where I come from. You the thug of Detroit about to... Where I come from. What?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay, you got Diane's question.
Not sure how to handle when customers open their front door on a contactless delivery. Drives me crazy. I don't get that either. That is annoying.
I know. They don't understand. And honestly, maybe it's by default that I think the default setting is contact, and they probably just don't change it. I think. You know, I'm always trying to look for the silver lining, like the sunshine in the situation. Christine E. Johnson said, "Hey, Dimples. Hey, Christine. Oh, let me put your YouTube. You can read the next. Hold on. Let me pull. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Let me pull up the next question, and I'm going to put your YouTube in while you read it."
Eric says, "Hello, beautiful people, my hustle buddies."
Hey. Hey. All right, let me add T's channel so you guys can check her out.
No, they're going to go off on me. I'll post that link.
Already too late. Thea said here in Vegas on Instacart, they have a lot of Smiths and they pack the groceries. I try to tip them, although sometimes I don't have cash on me. Sprouts in Vegas have very rude customer service people. So would you do that? So I have had help, like if I had a Costco order, yes, an associate has helped me to my car.
Oh.
And packed my car. I've tipped them.
Really? Oh, I'll tip for something like that. Absolutely. Yeah.
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 Yep.
Cool.
C Gig says, "Hey, Dimples and T. Hey, hey, hey." Nobody's calling in. You guys are scared to call in.
Don't
You
be
don't have
scared.
to show your face either. You do not have to show your face if you call in. We could just hear your voice if you feel more comfortable doing that. I'm gonna add the link again. Call in. Hold on. I'll call in link. Because I'm adding it like 50,000 times now. All right, you got the next one.
Marissa said, "What was the largest tip you have ever received? I am a bartender, so I have to listen to people and get crap tips sometimes. For me, the largest tip I got was about $27.
Oh. My largest tip was $200. That was 2 weeks ago. My big order, the Instacart order.
Girl, I'm about to move you, Jersey.
Listen, you drive up here, do a few orders, and then go back home. You'll be fine.
I will live. I will live.
My largest tip was 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago. The customer tipped me. Let me get it right, because you know people be like, you didn't put the cents.
You know what? Lou is talking about me. Oh my!
I know he's going off. He is going off. How dare you? My largest tip was, dang, I can't even find it.
Yes.
My largest tip was $203.52. My second largest was $150, and I got that tip on Wednesday.
Girl.
So Jazz said, yes, the tips are just get energy and get. Oh, how am I missing? What am I missing? We did Marissa.
Right above Jazz.
No, I read this one. Right above Jazz, I have Marissa.
Nope, I see Lou. It says, Dimples, I think it's fine to tip like that, especially in the Caribbean.
So I have Jazz, then my video, then Lou.
Yep.
Okay. So no, this is the order. So I read Jazz. Well, how are you reading it?
Yeah, Lou came before Jazz, but maybe it's different on your end.
Okay. Okay. Lou said, yes, you read it already. I think it's fine. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. The tips is always a touchy subject.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you pointed that out, because I would not have saw it from your point of view. I wouldn't see it from your point of view, because I don't live where you live. So to me, it's like, I'm happy you pointed that out, because I would not put 2 and 2 together like that, to be honest.
Okay.
And then Jazz said, let me read it now. Yes, tips are just get energy that gets returned to you. See? Whatever you put out, you get back.
I like that, because it's very true. It's been times I've done orders that I felt like I needed to get tipped, and I'm not even the kind to look for tips. But this one shipped order, it was like already kind of heavy, and she wanted to add like 15 other items that were heavy. And it took me 20 minutes to bag it up, 10 minutes to put it in my car. I never got a tip. But then like that next day, somebody gave me $25 for something simple. And I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. So I agree with what she said.
Tips are good energy that gets returned to you. I will tip people $5, even if my order is $5. Yes, it is, Jazz. See, Jazzy agrees. There goes the link. If you guys want to call in, you can show your face, not show your face, but we would love to hear from you and hear your input. Lou is going to fix you. Lou is coming for you. Lou is coming for you. C Gig says $200 tip. Yep. Check my Instagram. I posted it. Jazzy B says sometimes we need to depart from things of the past. Is this in reference to your non-tipping experience?
Probably. I literally, y'all, I'm giving an example from the past. I'm not saying that I'm like that today. Not all
So
of
if
that.
you receive bats or subpar service today, what are you tipping?
I still got to give, what is it, 20%, 18% as a minimum. Like if I go out to eat.
Calling in? Okay.
Lucia
Sabrina, welcome.
Hello.
Hey, what's
Hi.
up?
Thank you, ladies. I hope you guys can't see me. I hope I turned that damn camera off.
It's off. It's off.
I just can't. Can she
Okay,
speak up a
good.
little bit?
Oh, T says she can't hear
I said,
you.
okay, good.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, I have this mic on. Is that better?
Yes. Yes.
Is that any better?
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
good. So yeah, you ladies are doing a fantastic job. I'm enjoying the conversation and the content. Um,
Yeah.
you answered my questions, and I just also had another like question, I guess. Uh, what do you do? Because this is my first time doing this. But what do you do when you don't have? I mean, you see the batches that come up, and they're like in Jersey and in Queens, far out. Do you take them, or do I just keep passing on them? And you know, is that a reason why I don't see many batches in my, uh, you know, on my screen?
I would pass on them. When I was living in Brooklyn, I used to see Jersey orders a lot and I didn't understand why, but I guess Brooklyn is not that far from Jersey. It's like 25 minutes. But
Yeah,
I
but
was
it's $15 to get back to Brooklyn, honey.
That's what I'm saying. Thea, we see you. Sorry, Sabrina. Thea, we see you. Call back in. We'll get to you. What you so you pay $15, but I always had a Jersey license, so I would pay $19 on the Verrazano.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
personally, I wouldn't take them. I see some batches that are at least 25 minutes to get to, and I don't take them. I don't, and I don't think that affects the batches that you see. I don't think you not
Okay.
taking them is preventing you from getting batches.
Okay. I think it's just a more having to do a little bit more batches, and because I haven't yet got any ratings, because it says you have to do 100 batches before they can rate you. So I'm still waiting on that. You know, I think that's
Okay.
what, like I said, I've been doing my research, girls. I've been listening to you. I found you, and you have been a godsend in helping me navigate through it, and also deciding whether I was going to do the Instacart. And I did.
Nice. Stick with it for sure, definitely.
I am. I'm enjoying it. I am. And getting back to what we talk about in tips and everything, T,
Yeah.
we're in a position where we provide a service. And I'm a hair and makeup artist, and we also have to know our worth. So just like you providing a good service to the people, you expect that tip. Those new people, beginners or seasoned people, they still need their tip money. They still need to make their money. So tip accordingly, even if you feel they didn't do the best service. And I mean, I know it was a long time ago, but just keep it encouraging your family and friends.
The whole state of Michigan.
Yeah.
We got single mom shaking her head. She's like, nope. Yes.
No.
I'll work on it.
Okay, love. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank
I
you
enjoyed
for
this
calling
call.
in. Thank you for calling in. Yeah.
You're very welcome. All right, I love it. Keep it up, girls.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right, babies.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Let me add. Ooh. Do you hear the echo?
Hey.
It's probably me. I don't know how to turn it off. Is it me?
You lower the YouTube volume.
What about now? I wonder if
better.
because I got the other thing in the background. Let me move that. What about now?
I don't
What
think there's
about
a.
now?
I think it's good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little feedback.
I
A
think it's
little.
because I have the YouTube in the now.
Oh yeah,
And
you
it
might have
could
to
be
close.
just, I got a whole other service over here. I probably got to move. Wait, let me
Well,
take this off.
out and come back in. Maybe
What
it'll make
about
a
now?
difference.
What about now?
I
That
don't.
sounds fine.
It's good. It's good.
That's my darn thing. Well, hey, ladies.
Hi.
I just wanted to further comment about the tipping situation. And I think that when getting into the side gig, I already knew that I wasn't going to depend on the tips or anything of that when choosing batches or doing anything like that. Because in the area I live, you would expect them to be good tippers, but they're not. So I just didn't want to rely on that in determining what I was going to do. So that's how I picked my batches in Instacart, how I pick my batches in Ship, when I'm doing Grubhub. Now Uber Eats be tricking me. So it throw up because they give you a certain amount in my area and then you'll look at it and be like the tip was included. And I was like, it's only $5. Like so
Because that person probably tipped $1.
yeah. And so I was like, so sometimes like that, it's hard for me to tell. But the other ones, I look and I'm like, I'm not doing that. And I'm not gonna, I look at the items. I'm like, wait a minute. You got too many waters and you probably live in an apartment. I'm not gonna walk up them stairs. I'm gonna call you down here and tell you going to come get your water. I bring everything else up. The water ain't coming up these 4 flights of stairs. Now I did have an older gentleman that he had ordered a lot of stuff. And I was like, he was like, I ordered all that. And I thought to myself, I hope he didn't have no nothing because he was like, I didn't know I ordered all this stuff. And I was like, well, you did. It's here. You take it up with Instacart. If you didn't, I did everything that was on the app. So that's how I really choose my batches. Now, growing up, like I can agree with T. That is my family all day, every day. They like one time my grandma made us leave a restaurant so nobody won't leave a tip for this lady she didn't like. So it was like she was like, all y'all need to leave the table. And she was grown. We all left that table. But I felt bad because like I think she wasn't trying to be rude, but she was saying like the thing she was saying was kind of like on the rude side. And I was like, if somebody told her it was rude, maybe she would have stopped. But like it was my grandmother had ordered she's an older lady, so we usually go out on lunch. So my grandmother would order her entree there, and she'll do an entree later for dinner. And so when my grandmother ordered, she looked at my grandma and was like, "You want 2 entrees?" And she said it loud. And so that my grandma already said it was going downhill from there. So she was like, "You're not leaving her no tip." And then she like when she was coming, like the entree to leave had came out. And she was like, and it was on the plate. It wasn't like in a to-go bag. My mom was like, didn't she hear me say I wanted to go? She's trying to be funny, think I'm gonna eat 2 entrees sitting here at this table. And so it was like stuff like that, like this, like little stuff like that. And like she right, we know the way we get back at you, we just not gonna tip you. That's how we gonna get you. We don't need they're all talking and stuff. No.
That's how we roll.
No, I don't. No. I had a bad day too. That's why I came in this restaurant and hey, did you ask me? Did you give me good service? So I'm always I hear you all the way to that. And over the weekend when I was with family, and I understand it's a pandemic, so it's like the way they have a seat and it's off. But it was like 5 of us, and the guy was like, "Well, I had this table right here, only had 4 seats," and I was like, "Why would he try to sit 5 people at 4? Like what you gonna sit? Ain't nobody over here small. So where we all gonna sit?" And so then he kept coming breezing by. I was like, "We not eating here. I don't want to touch my food. I don't want nobody." I just don't want nothing. And I just walked out. I left my family. They was like, "You left out so darn fast." I was like, because I don't want to touch my food. I said, he looked at us and said, "Well, all I got is this 4 top." Okay, then say we just don't have the capacity right now and keep it. It was like y'all can sit right here. No, we said it's 5 of us and one person coming. So where we going? 2 of us gonna sit on the other 2 lap or something. It was just stuff like that. So I just walked out. My family just like, we just walked behind you. We didn't know what to do. Y'all better come up. We're hungry. Let's go up the street. Get us something to eat. So I don't know. It's like it's all in how you grew up. And like I said, that I tip based on, like, I have a 20%, no matter where I go, if it says a tip, 20%. I remember I went and got like an ice cream bar and I gave them 20%. It goes like, oh goodness, what did I do? You handed me my ice cream bar. I'm like, it said tip, I'll give you a little tip. So I do that. But my family, they be looking in their purse and feeling around for their dollars. I was like, it's to give you suggestions on the bottom. Well, that's
about going out with friends. Everybody eats, everybody has a good time. But when it comes to tip, they be like, oh, I only had this, that, and I'm not tipped. Like, what do you do in that situation?
I just take I just take it all. I just go ahead and pay for everybody's food.
Wow.
And I would like, just leave the portion of the tip. I stopped arguing with people with stuff like that. I was invited. I didn't particularly want to go out with these 2 young ladies that we work with, but my friend said that they invited her and she didn't want to go along, and she dragged me. And the first time we got in the restaurant, it wasn't even an expensive restaurant. I'm gonna tell you, I was Cheesecake Factory. Please, that's not expensive. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "This restaurant is expensive." That's the start of the conversation. I was like, "No, it's not really." And then we went. I think we went to like Bare Minerals or something because it was a wait. And like the lady was doing a makeup. You know how they do it in the mall, and you don't pay for it, but you can tip them.
Right.
So she seen we were tipping, and so the other girl was like, well, I only got this $20. If I tip the lady, then I'm not gonna have anything to. I didn't hear her say that. My friend did. So this whole time we get back to the table, and the girl was complaining the whole time. The food came out, she was like, this is cold. This is not what I ordered. She just kept on complaining. So they came, they tried to give her another meal, and she was like, that don't even taste good at all. It was like a whole bunch of drama. I felt so bad. I was so embarrassed. So my friend was like, she knew she didn't have the money. She should have just said, I didn't have the money, and stop pretending like she didn't like this food because nothing was wrong with it.
I would have said that to her. I would have been like, you ain't got money.
She just didn't want to pay for it. And I was like, and so she just kept doing it until the manager came. She was like, well, we'll just comp you. And I was like, and so she was like, so when we was putting our food, like the leftovers, she gonna ask for one. I was like, I thought the food was nasty. That's the only thing I said to her. I said, I thought you said the food was nasty. Well, I'm gonna take it home to my boyfriend. I said, oh, okay.
See, that was the setup. She knew she didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So honest to say, I don't have it. I can't do it. I can go. Yeah. Or somebody give me something. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like so I'm very careful when I go out to eat with certain people. And like when I know that this is a serial non-tipper, I know I'm just gonna pay for the whole meal. So we don't even have to discuss it or anything like that, because I already know you're finna say, let me find my $1 and put up here or something like that. But yeah, that's how I look. And even though I work in this industry, you have to be selective, because the base pay is not that much. And she's right, like my sister friend, it was $1.75 an hour she was making, and I think it was like an IHOP. And I was like $1.75, and she said, I work for tips. And I said, so how do you get it? And she was telling me like her service. I'm giving them a service from the front to the whole time. So that's how I feel when I sit down. And I'm not even asking for, the extra stuff. Just if I have to move my plates to eat, I'm gonna have a problem. You shouldn't have already seen I was done with something. You shouldn't have came and grabbed it. I shouldn't be putting up my finger to ask you to bring me something to drink, because you shouldn't have walked by my table and seen that my glass was almost empty. One lady, she was like, at one place we went to, she kept bringing me drinks, and I wasn't even done. I was like, this lady somebody must have gone off on this lady about these drinks, because she just kept bringing them. Like I was only taking 2 sips, and she'd come bring another one. That's how fast they pump. Like she was truly burned. So I can understand that, but I'm like I said, at 20%, and I decreased it based on the service. But there's been times when the food like was not good, like, and the manager had to comp the meal. Like one time they forgot to change the oil, and we can like go to like the same thing like you keep going to a restaurant and you can kind of tell about a person or something, and that was about this food. Like we ordered the same thing, so this time we came, it was much darker and it tasted funny, and I was like, this just tastes real funny, it tastes burnt. And so she was like, just a second, and she went back there and came back, she was like, they didn't even change the grease. And I was like, oh, I said, we can taste it too. She was like, but we can change the grease and make some new ones for you. And that's what she did. And she comped us the meal, regardless that, like, even though she brought us out a new one, she comped us a meal. And me and my friend was like, well, we'll just give the meal to the waitress. And that's what the girl was like, I didn't even expect anything from y'all table because y'all didn't purchase anything. I was like, it wasn't your fault. You wasn't back there cooking the food. You're not responsible for cleaning out the grease trap. So
Right.
I'm like, we just wanted some food. So it's all in how you think about it. So y'all don't be beating up tea.
In the comments, they comment
funny, but she get it. It's cultural.
Yes, cultural. Yeah.
I have seen other tables not tip, and I would make up for it in my own tip. I would. I have. I'm a sucker. I don't know.
I have asked for a new waitress. I've asked for a new waitress twice. Yes, when I seen another waitress giving good service and ours not, excuse me, we need her as our waitress. And one time we went to a place and this guy, he was like real nasty to us. It was a group of us and he wasn't like really attentive. And then one of the other waitresses, he came over and he was like, the reason why he's not like being very helpful because he's already think that y'all not going to tip. And I was like, why? I've never seen him before. He says that all Black people don't tip. So he never wants to. He doesn't. When he gets table full of Black people, he gives them horrible service because he knows they're not going to tip. I was like, he don't know me like that. And so for him to say that, let me get the manager because he ain't got to be my waitress. Because first of all, again, I don't want him touching my food. That's my whole thing. When you nasty, don't bring me my food. Because one, I can't see you walking from that kitchen.
Right.
Yep.
So that was my whole thing. So it was like instances like that like I'm if I see a waitress, I be scoping them out. Like, the service she giving them. I'm like, wait a minute. Excuse me, why she can't be? Do we need to move over there for her to be our waitress? And then one time, a manager's like, no, I'll just switch her out tell her that y'all her table. And came over there, was nice as can be. I had a waitress. I had to switch out a waitress because she kept bringing us the wrong stuff. He literally bringing us the wrong. Oh, I'm not at the right table. And then I was noticing his friends was there. He was making his he'll go around to talk to them and then he come back. No, we need a new one. He's socializing. Let him help his friends out who's not going to tip him. But he's not going to keep bringing me wrong food and have another waiting. We hungry because when I get to a restaurant, I done gone from hungry to hangry real quick because now I'm smelling the food and watching it go by me. I become real, and I'm like, I get so quiet. I'm like, why are you so quiet? I'm hungry. We're just waiting for our food at the table. So, yeah. So it's like I said, that it's all in how you, like your upbringing, one, and then also how you want to be treated. Because that's how I will treat people. I give them as much attention as I can give to them. If that was me doing this 24/7,
right?
That's my livelihood. So when you're not doing that, you can't. You're right, but they could be having an off day, but please don't have an off day when I come in there.
Period.
With the T at the end, T, period.
Yes. 3 T's.
Single mom, I'm gonna put your channel in the chat so people could check you out.
Oh yes, thank you. Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Thank you for
You
calling
too.
in.
No
Bye.
problem. Bye.
See ya.
That was good. We missed a bunch of comments.
Girl.
You want to wrap it
I'm
up soon?
We gonna have to.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Let's read. Okay. How far back? I'm a half. What?
Girl, 20 minutes ago, like 11:33 p.m.
We could get through it. Jazz says she added and deleted again. Tracy said she's listening while working. Thank you. Christine started recording. Didn't you start recording your deliveries as well?
On DoorDash.
Regina said Lou should call in. I wish either Lou or Side Gig would call in because we need to hear. We need to
Yes.
hear from y'all. He loves you, you see?
I see.
Tracy said, I noticed that this, okay, I noticed that there are better, tips. I noticed that tips are better on certain apps, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thea said, want to join, but got the feedback. I think it's you have to turn down the YouTube volume or not having earbuds. That's probably where the feedback is coming from. Jesus said, from now on, I'm going to make $5 or 15% of the purchase price, my minimum, whichever is higher. Thanks, ladies. That's right. Regina said, turn the volume down. Jesus says, come get your order. With the water when D said, come get your order. Regina's cracking up. How to do things says, I hate when I get orders to apartment buildings with access codes that also requires an access card to get on the elevator. And right on the elevator is where it would stay, or right at the door. These customers know. Lou said, nah, y'all gonna leave T alone. Jazzy B said, law of attraction. C Gig said, some people don't know how to communicate information to people. It's true. I really try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's from like working in the hospital. So like in the hospital, there's customer service too. And it's like a whole nother level when you have to interact with a family member whose loved one is in a coma. And I have to sit there and like ask them questions. Or when I used to work in peds, and I would have to go up to a mom that, you know, her child is sick, and I always have to ask about open ACS cases. So I don't know if it's like I always just try to, you know, I don't know. I try to put myself in that person's shoes. And you never know, some people are having a bad day. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. You can read Jesus. Oh, they were laughing at this comment.
Come get your order. Yeah, come get your order. I really like this one.
This one? Side Gig?
Side Gig. Yeah. Misunderstandings can be regional, cultural, or generational differences. What one sees as offensive, others may not.
That's true. So true. Sabrina said, I say in the beginning that we are all splitting the bill no matter what you're having. So I just want to touch on that really quick.
Me too. Go ahead.
I do not drink alcohol. I don't care that other people drink alcohol. Drink, have fun. I don't care. I will not pay for your alcoholic beverage that you order in 5, 6, 7 of. I'm not paying for that. If it's food, fine, but I just am not going to pay for your drink because alcohol to me, not to anybody else, is so expensive and a waste to me because I don't drink alcohol, but there's nothing wrong with that. But personally, if we going out and you're having, what's an alcoholic drink? A Long Island iced tea, 7 of them that cost $12 each. I am not paying for that. I'll split the food cost, but I do not pay for your alcohol. And a lot of people are like, how could you do that? That's just me. And I let it be known up front.
I'm not doing none of that. That's why I don't really go out to eat as a group anymore. I did it in college because where I come from, we going out to eat. When this bill come, okay, what did you order? Okay, yeah, you ordered that, but sales tax and gratuity. We all gonna be here for another hour until everybody dish out what they ate. We gon' what they ate plus some. Like, ain't nobody leaving this table. So that's how we get down. Y'all not going nowhere. We can shut these doors. Get it, like, ain't nobody leaving this table.
Somebody gonna be in the back washing dishes.
Ain't none of that either. You gonna give us some money. Yes. I have never had an issue where somebody left the table. And one time in college, it was a birthday party, but it wasn't my event. It was my homegirl. Somebody left, and she had only left so much for her food, and it wasn't enough. And I'm just looking like, well, I'm not paying it. So I look, I don't do that. But I don't go out to eat in groups like I used to. I'm gonna just say that.
I don't think anybody is like they used to. And then you just got to know who you're going out with. Like, I wouldn't, fool me once. If it happened once, okay. But like Dee said, you can't be a serial bad tipper, and I'm gonna continue to go out with you.
That's the last
time. How to Do Things says that was yesterday at Jesus. The guy came down to help me with his large cases of water and Coke Zero from Sam's. Regina said, I have a friend that always has $20 when we go out to eat. Her bill is usually more. I started watching the orders to make sure she stays below her $20. See, you got to stay on top of it. How to Do Things laughed at Regina. Some of these people are just cheap, and some think we are hourly employees. Ooh, that like sorry, let me turn off this TV. All right, we almost through the comments. It wasn't that bad. Lou said I'll tip and add little notes on the receipt. Like T adding notes. Regina's cracking up at Jesus. Sabrina said, good night, ladies. It was great. It was a great episode. Look forward to the next time. See, this is good. Okay, Thea said, I tried to broadcast but got too much feedback. I wanted to ask about your experience with Revo. And also, have you continued to try Dumpling and also other platforms that you guys have tried recently? I don't know what Revo is.
Me either.
I don't know what that is. The Revo. I don't know what that is. I don't know. But Dumpling, I'm still on Dumpling. And I've been thinking about this with Dumpling. I'm still on Dumpling. But I don't like, my page is active, but I'm not promoting it. And the reason why is because personally, at this point, I don't want to be at someone's beck and call, because it is at the customer's, request. So let's say T was my customer and she wants an order tomorrow at 9. I'm not available at that time. And yes, you do have specific times. You put in your availability, but because the days change and things change so often, I might forget to take down that availability, for that day. And then here she goes, she requests an order. And now I feel obligated to try to fulfill her order. But at this current time, I like the on-demand, Dimple's on-demand, flow with Instacart and ship. I take what I want when I want. I know when I want, that's what I like right now. But I wouldn't discourage anyone from doing Dumpling. But personally, I don't want to be on call. But it's still a good platform. It was good when I was in Brooklyn. And honestly, I have like 6 or 7 customers here in Jersey that have never placed an order. And I'm not going to reach out to them. So Lou said, this is a good subject. How to do things. I'm a full-time gig business person. I'm signed up for 15 gigs. How much are you signed up for, T?
Like 3.
I have a lot. I think I have like 14.
Sure.
I think so.
I got 3. I'm working on getting more, but just 3.
Okay. Single mom said, side gig said, single mom needs to own a restaurant. She would keep her servers in line. I agree.
I can see that. Yeah.
I agree. That's that military right there. Lou said, how do we get better tips from our customers?
I personally don't think that there's any type of formula to get a better tip from a customer. I've gone above and beyond, and I don't want to say for no reason, but I'm at a point where I just do my job. I do what I'm supposed to do. I deliver it on time, but I'm not doing anything above and beyond that. Either people want to tip or they don't tip, but I don't think it's anything that you can do in your control to get a better tip.
I agree. I just say put your best foot forward and do the best that you can. Think about doing things for the customer that you would want somebody to do for you. And you hope for the best. Sometimes it's the little things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. How to do things said these comments are the best. They are. Lou says she just wasn't a good server. I think that's referring to single mom. Lou said, I love dimples. Thank you, Lou. Lou says, he don't know me like that. Tiga said, see, it must be a New York thing because we pull people aside and ask how much you got to spend, then pick a restaurant accordingly. And Tiga's in the Bronx. Let's gotta get it out. Let's just talk about it. What are we hiding for? Let's just talk about it.
It's a mystery when we go out to eat.
Billy Elliott said rewatch. C gigs is cracking up. Side gigs hop on. Side gig is not hopping on, and we're waiting. Tia said, I think I'm confused. It's the insurance for drivers. Well, that was her question. Ooh. Do you remember what the question was? Cover. I did she meant to write Cover.
Oh.
So Cover, I partnered with Cover last month, and it is the insurance for gig workers. Personally, I think it is a good thing to consider. And this is me talking from a standpoint of I have insurance, I have coverage. I think if I did not have the coverage, I would feel a little bit uneasy. So I think this is a great outlet. Cover is a great outlet for people in the gig economy who want that extra coverage. If you're sick, if you get into a car accident, Cover, they have your back. So I say it's worth a shot. Billy Elliott said the word was supposed to be rewatch, not rematch. Okay. Okay, we answered that. Speaking of, I just used your promo code for merchandiser. Thank you, How to Do Things. Thea said, yes, Cover. Christine said, Dimples, do you do roadie? If so, can you do a video? I have done roadie. I have not done a roadie in a long time, but I have taken only 2 roadies ever. And I have them in the videos, but I'll try to do one maybe next week so I can show you guys what it's like. How to Do Things says military veteran here too. I'm a hustler. That's right. Thea said anyone here is paying their own medical insurance. Any help would be appreciated. Anybody? If you have any comments or advice with Thea. Christine said, can you name the gigs 14? Whoa, it's a lot. I don't think anybody wants to hear it. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's like gig work, and it's also mystery shop work, which I've spoken about before. It's a lot. I'll talk with Christine, DM me, and I'll send you that list. Side gig said not hopping on tonight. Maybe next time. You're not even gonna call in. You don't have to show your face. I guess it's too late now.
I want to see the face because I get a lot of comments I gig. So yeah, nothing bad, but I see that name often under my videos. So I'm curious.
Side gig, it was 3 minutes.
something. 30 seconds.
We caught up with the comments, guys. So it has been 2 hours and 8
Oh my gosh.
minutes.
What?
It doesn't even feel like it, right? Hopefully, you guys have given this video a thumbs up. We will appreciate it. This encourages us to make an episode 2 if you enjoyed this episode. Maria said, yes, I would like that list of side gigs too. Okay, definitely. I could do that for you guys. DM me. I could just send you the list directly. So yeah, I think that's it. If no one else has any questions, I guess we could wait 2 more minutes before we hop off if there are no other questions, because I do have work in the morning. So, and I'm
girl.
I know.
I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I know I'm living on the edge all the time. If anyone else wants to call in really quickly before we leave, I'm going to leave the link one more time.
Christine said, thanks, Dimples. What about point pickup? And Denise said, when is episode 2?
Point pickup, I signed on, but I haven't done any pickups yet. But I do plan on doing some. And T, let's answer the question about episode 2.
Tune in tomorrow. It's like, no, I'm just kidding.
This is
I can do this every day. This is fun.
This is not The View. We're talking about tune in tomorrow. What? Next week, Sunday.
That's fine.
A little earlier, so it's not this late.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in. You have any last? Why are you cracking up?
Because this is just so funny.
Side Gig guys has something for you. What are you watching next? I enjoyed Queen's Gambit. Right now I'm watching Breaking Bad.
I'm watching Walking Dead. I'm trying to catch up on the work.
You know, I've never watched Walking Dead.
Girl.
You know what it is? I hate to be afraid. And I just feel like it's scary. I don't know. I don't like Halloween. I don't watch scary movies. I don't watch realistic, like ID channel, real murders. I do not watch at all. I don't watch that stuff. I don't.
Girl, the first 48?
No.
I feel like a baby. I watch it like for a hobby. I love it. Something's wrong with me, but I love that show.
I can't. I get too afraid. I like to laugh. But even Breaking Bad is not a funny thing. But granted, the show been off for years now, and I'm just watching it. But I like to laugh. Denise enjoyed the show. All of the point pickup orders here in Colorado are far. Honestly, the ones in Jersey are not worth driving to for me. Christine said, definitely, we love this. What's your next challenge for December? So in a video, I said I wanted to make an additional $10,000 by the end of the year.
How's that going?
It's a going, is what it is. You got to tune into my video that I'm going to put out tomorrow to see how I'm doing towards that 10K.
Okay.
And let's get through these. When you say DM, what do you mean? On Instagram, Christine, you can send me a direct message on Instagram. That's the DM. How to do things. Someone tapped my car from behind today while I was doing ship. I need coke.
I feel the same way right about now.
Listen, I would have I'm telling you, I would have fell out. I'm not leaving till they take me to the hospital.
Girl.
Denise said, I love the first 48. Yeah, crazy. I stopped watching. Wait, how to do things gonna spoil it for me? I'm only up to season 2. God. Dang. Christine said, yes, point pickup is supposed to be busy for the season. Yeah, they had a $10,000 giveaway on point pickup And that still didn't even make me want to do it. So yeah,
Wow.
I know. All right, guys. So that's it. We're done. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning into our very first episode of Gig Talk. Thank you guys for calling in. And the comments were great. The interaction was great. And we will see you next week, Sunday. All right.
See you later.
Bye. Bye-bye. All right.